Hello everybody, how y'all doing? I know it's been a long time since my last video, but I'm very busy at the moment. Now is after 11 in the night. I just come out to do the video because I didn't do one in a long time. And I know a lot of y'all look forward for me to upload videos. Okay? So please bear up. Soon enough I can start producing videos and uploading more frequently, okay? And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of y'all who supported my channel. Thank you very much, and please continue to support. Today, we're going to correct and educate our next crass, our next racial jackass that got out of some basement somewhere in America. Come trying to talk all kind of racial bullshit and accuse people, and then saying that she ain't racial. Okay, so let's get right into this and deal with this crass.
This thing is really disturbing about this fraudulent government, the PPP government. I don't care. I'm saying they're fraudulent because we all watch the election. We watch how it played out. I don't care who say who win, who won, or whatever. But we know that a lot of nonsense went on, right? That is the reason why the APNU, AFC filed a petition. If we know that there are discrepancies pertaining to the election and the outcome of the government that is in power now, let it go to the petition. Let it go to the petition. Let everything expose. And then we see, well, okay, who win fair and square or who was cheated out.
You are calling the government fraudulent because we all see what went on in the election. And the APNUAFC would have filed an election petition because of the different discrepancies. Miss, when you are coming out to talk, get your facts straight. Know what you are coming out to say. Just don't come out there and run your stink mouth and try to accuse people and not speaking the truth. Let me give you some heads up as to what we see went on in the election. On March 2nd, everything was good. Other than in West Coast, Guyana, they had some people who said that somebody was sharing out ID, fake IDs, turned out to be lie. It's because they don't want the Indian people them to go and vote. Then we had the living dead Amna Ali and somebody that went up East Coast said that was sharing out fake IDs. That turned out to be lie. Right? Moving on from there. On the tabulation, Mingo played sick, had to be taken out of the Ashman building in a wheelchair, into an ambulance, go to the hospital. 1 hour after, he walked out of the hospital. Nothing happened to him. He did that to give Roxanne Myers a chance to accumulate the spreadsheet. When he returned to Chico, he was given the spreadsheet by Roxanne Myers. And he started calling out figures, inflated figures, that haram votes that the PNC did not get. Hundreds upon hundreds of votes. Taken out votes from the PPP. That is what went on in the tabulation. From there, when he started to call out these figures and there was not matching the SOPs, the observers them and the other party representatives object as to the numbers he called and asked where he get them from. and they want to see the SOPs that they generated number from to put on the spreadsheet, because there is where Mingo said the numbers come from the SOPs. They failed to produce the SOPs until this day. Right, moving on from there. Mingo declaration that he produced was signed by Valda Lawrence. That is illegal. Right? Moving on from there. Came Mingo to court. The court ordered Mingo put up the SOPs, use the projector, make sure that the people who in there, who's supposed to be in there, can see the numbers, the figures on the SOPs. Mingo had a flashlight, up, down, and a bed sheet, not a spreadsheet, a bed sheet, where he was projecting the numbers on, that the people could not see them because it was smoked out like tear gas. They objected that again. Came Mingo to court again. Mingo said he did not understand the orders of the court the first time. Go back the second time, repeat the same thing. Right? So, when you say we see what went on in the election, yes, I see. The rest of the world see. Only you, some jackass like you, and the AP and UAFC cabal is who did not see what went on during the election. Moving on to the recount. When they start opening the boxes, the AP and UAFC claiming that dead people vote, and Ali says since before the election they was aware that dead people was going to vote, and they had an investigation launched before the election. During the whole period of the recount, they produced some false death certificate that they fabricate. Good. Overseas people voted. They cannot give account for none of them until this day. They get the cronies to call in and say that they hear that them vote and they was not in the country. All the people who they say was overseas and vote was in Guyana. Some of them didn't even have a passport. They all was interviewed by news media. Good. Now the objections about the dead people voting and the migrated people who voted during the March 2nd election. There was calling out a name from the voters list. And GCOM staff would have replied, yes, they vote, or no, they did not vote. Now, when I say yes, they vote, and the other party representatives who was in the room, in the tabulation room, and the observers them who was in the tabulation room asked to see the tick that the person voted, who they said was out of the country or dead, and they vote. They said they cannot see it. Only AP and AFC members and GCOM staff can see that tick. No one else. They went to the chief election officer, Keith Lowenfield, and reported to him, and he said no one else can see it except GCOM staff and the AP and AFC staff members. Moving on from there, they had all kind of complaints to make and all kind of thing. Moving on from there, for the same box from the East Coast, documents could not be found in the box. When it turned up to be, Mingo instructed the people to tell the presiding officers not to put those documents in the box. Put it in the bag. If you don't want to know what kind of bag, you have the box with the voting documents, and you had a bag separate with other documents that all of them would end up on GCOM. So he tell he people and to tell the presiding officers, do not put the documents in the box, put it in the bag. They comply with the orders, they put them in the bag. A phone call reached out to Anil Nandala, informing him of what was going on with the documents. Nandalal then called Mingo. Mingo said it was a mistake, he's sorry, but he have the documents. And he gonna forward them to Lowenfield the next morning. The next morning, Anil Nandalal contacted Lowenfield. He said yes, Mingo did give him the documents. During the recount period, after they start objecting to the box them, that the documents wasn't inside, Nandalal went to Kit Lowenfield and asked him about the documents that Mingo would have collected and give to him. He said yes, he have them. And the next day, he gonna produce them to the various counting stations. The next day when Lowenfield come back, he said he don't know what documents they're talking about. He don't have no documents. Now those documents is who have it. The police arresting all GCOM staffs who was involved in trying to rig the election along with the PLC. Those documents have to be found. Now I hear questions asking all over why they went arresting the presiding officers. The reason why the presiding officers cannot be involved as yet is because we have to find those documents that GCOM have, know how much you have, know if any missing, and then if any missing, where they're missing from, we call them those presiding officers. You cannot go about calling 2,300 plus presiding officers and questioning them about missing documents we don't know. Nobody know where the documents them missing from. Now you're talking about the election petition that they filed. Did you know that the PPP filed an election petition in 2015? Did that make the Granger administration a fraudulent administration? No. So how you can say because they filed an election petition now to make this administration a fraudulent administration? Know what you're speaking about. Now the whole election petition is based on those missing documents. You know why? Because I never expect the police to collect GCOM employees and question them in finding those documents. So they base the whole election petition on those documents. Now that is the reason why you see Harmon and all of them coming out in defense of GCOM staff, because they don't want those documents to be found. They don't want them to give up those documents. There is why. Because if they give up the documents, they mean all the pages that they file in the election petition is title paper. They don't have a case again.
Is the government indulging in having the police get involved in private matters? I am not a lawyer, but from the years I know myself, anything private, if it come private, it's supposed to be, well, you go to the civil court or whatever court and deal with it. Why the police now arresting people and saying that people did this with the election, people did that with the election? I thought anything to do with the election, it's supposed to go through GCOM or the courts. I never know that the police have the right to be arresting people. And the hurtful part about it, whether you're black, you're white, you're Chinese, you're Portuguese, whatever, it's one set of people being targeted. So what are you trying to say that is only Afro Guyanese that have in the APNU coalition? What happened to all of the rest of Indian people? What happened to all these people that were in these different regions? They did nothing. Why is Lowenfield, Mr. Mingo, now they lock up this other woman? They lock up a woman before. Only black people, children, husbands, and mothers you guys are targeting. Look here. I don't even have to come back to Guyana. But I'm going to talk. You know why I'm going to talk? Because I earned the right to talk about Guyana election because I was born in Guyana. And that gave me a right to talk.
Miss, you're ignorant or you're stupid. It got to be 132. Now, when you're talking about the government indulging the police to get involved in private matters, this is not a husband and wife story. This is no private matter. GCOM is not a private institution. GCOM is an independent institution that is controlled by the Constitution of Guyana. Now, you're talking about anything to do with election, you thought it's supposed to go to GCOM or the courts. Miss, the election finish is what GCOM staff was involved in during the election period, is why they are being arrested. Now, if you don't know what they was involved in, go back and look at the videos on YouTube or Facebook that was published by various people, and you can see why they are being arrested. Now, GCOM is not an investigating institution, and how the courts got investigated if nobody carried them to court. Now, the police is who have to do the investigation, and if the police find any one of them who they arrest guilty of trying to derail democracy or rig the election, guilty, the police will take them to court. Okay? Before you come out and run a mouth, know what you're talking about. Right now, you're talking about only one set of people getting arrested. What happened to the Indians and the rest of the races then, who is part of the APNUAFC? Again, go back and look at the videos and you will see it's only one set of people from the APNUAFC, and it's only one set of people from GCOM was trying to rig the election. So it's only one set of people who have to be arrested. Okay? Now there is an ongoing investigation into matters that they say happened during the election period from the 2nd of March to the 2nd of August. These people are being held for questioning, failing to comply with the police or the investigation is breaching the law, because they are not an independent institution. They are getting paid by taxpayers' money. That means they are working for the people of the country. Okay? And if you are working for the people of the country, they mean every information, every documents you collect during the period of your work belongs to the people of the country. Those are public documents and public information, and you cannot hold nothing public in your personal space and do not want to release it to the police in an investigation. You are violating the law. This is why a lot of them getting arrested and charged. Right? Because they don't want to comply with the law. They don't want to comply with the police. They don't want to assist during the investigation. Now, I can tell you this. They went on to say it's only black people, children, wife, and husband getting arrested. It's only black people, children, wife, and husband who was trying to thief the fucking election. That is why only them could be arrested. Okay? That is why only them. Again, before you come out and talk, know what you are coming and talk about. Just don't come out here because I am racial, I am mother scum. I'm coming out trying to talk a bunch of crap and trying to let people believe or trying to mislead people that the police targeting one set of people. Those people are not being targeted. Those people are a part of an investigation. That is why they are being arrested. Now, the last one that was being arrested is Roxanne Myers. Here she exercising her constitutional rights to remain silent. Now, your constitutional rights to remain silent is if the police are asking you personal questions about yourself. Then you can exercise your constitutional rights to remain silent. Now, you are working for the public. Again, like I said, this, every information, every document she have belong to the public. And you cannot exercise no constitutional rights to remain silent on public information. Up to now, the police did not ask Roxanne Myers why she faced Dr. Crapo. That would be a personal question. And then she could exercise her constitutional rights to remain silent. Now, this is an investigation about public documents. There was no constitutional rights she can exercise not to comply with the police, with the investigation. She breaking the law. She violating the law. That is why she was arrested and charged and put on bail, I should say. Right? That is why she was arrested. Not because of her constitutional rights. Nobody trying to violate her constitutional rights. Nobody asking nothing personally about yourself until this day. Again, taxpayers' money still paying them. She working for the people of the country. She don't work for Harmon, Granger, or nobody else. She working for the people of the country. But she is not complying with the investigation because she wants to protect Harmon and Granger and them. Because when they asked Lowenfield for the documents, he said he was on leave. And Roxanne Myers is who have the documents. So she don't want to say where the documents are. That is why she chose to remain silent. Right? That is the only reason she remained silent. She don't want to give up the documents because she wants to protect a political party. Now, since GCOM is an independent institution, the people who working in GCOM are supposed to be neutral people. Don't take no political sides. How come Roxanne Myers and the rest of them, like Mingo, Lowenfield, and all of them, doing what it takes to protect the PNC? There is a question you should be asking.
You getting the wannabe gentlemen because they are well educated, well dignified, well schooled men of class and women of class. I don't know if the president ever sat down and listened to these people, how they talk. And I guess you should get a dictionary too and a recorder and like tape them and try to mold yourself like them. But
after getting to power, they want to be gentlemen. You rightly said they want to be, but none of them was gentlemen. There was a bunch of fucking thieves, liars, greedy people who only think for themselves. That's what it was. You hear? There was no gentleman in there. Now you went on to say they are well educated people of class, man and woman of class, and the president should sit down and listen to them and try and get a dictionary and mold himself like them. Should sit down and listen to them. I sat down and listened to them. The world sit down and listen to them. And all he was doing is talking a bunch of lies, spreading hate, lying to their own supporters. That is what they was doing. That is what you want this president to do. That is what you want this president to do. Lie to the people them. Spread hate. Spread racism. That is what you want him to do? No. This government, this president is nothing like David Granger. None of the ministers in this administration is nothing like those thieves from the AP and UAFC cabal. I'm talking about the AP and UAFC, every one of them, as a bunch of liars and thieving people living. Now, when the president get the dictionary, he should get a calculator too, right? And give it to y'all Attorney General Basil Williams, because he don't know that 33 is more than 32. He had to take it to the CCJ for them to tell him that 33 is more than 32. And you're talking about people with class and schooling and education. Now, let me give you a little heads up. Basil Williams compared to Anil Nandalal. Since the vote of no confidence, every case Basil Williams get the court, he lose. Case Anil Nandalal get the court, he win. To the rest of them. Now, they cannot find nobody in the AP and UAFC that can compare to Barry Jagdeo when it comes to intelligence. Because it's Barrett alone on the campaign trail threw the whole of AP and UAFC out of office. Nobody in the AP and UAFC can compare to Barry Jagdeo. Right? And compare Granger to Irfan Ali. Who care more about the people? Who is a better president? In 5 years, Granger gave 3 press conferences. In 2 months, Irfan Ali must done give actually about 10 already. You can compare. And you're talking about people of class and dignity and schooling and education. Let's give you 3 examples of what the PPP have on the side, comparing to what the AP and UAFC have. And that is just 3 of them. Every one of the members of the PPP is people of dignity and pride. People who know how to treat other people. A government for everybody, not for the self, not for the family and the friends. Right? So you get your facts straight before you come out and run your mouth. Okay, miss? And again,
are you targeting our black people in Guyana? And all we are jail, Mark Phillips, the policeman, the cross-eyed policeman and all of them. How you guys feel? We are black. We are your brother, we are your sister, we are your children, we are your niece or whatever. Eh? Yes.
you see, that is your problem right there. That is the black people problem right there. Because every time a black man or woman do something wrong and the police arrest them, y'all coming out to defend them. Now when y'all defend them, it's that encouraging them to continue doing wrong things. And when they continue doing wrong things, the police will continue to arrest and charge them. Now you're talking about targeting one race of people. Nobody targeting one race of people. Who do the crime is going to do the time. You understand? It's only one race of people was trying to thief the election. It's only one race of people was trying to derail democracy. It's only one set of people was trying to divide the country. It's only one set of people was running the country bankrupt. So it's only one set of people who is going to be arrested. You understand? This thing is not targeting nobody. If they was targeting black people, then the police would have gone on the road and collect innocent, hard-working black man and woman who don't know nothing about what's going on and charge them. Arrest and charge them. There is when you could say they're targeting one race of people. The people who are being arrested in connection to an investigation that is going on into incident that happened during the election period. So it's people who was involved in the election are being arrested. Now you cannot blame the police for them people to be one race of people. Vala Lawrence, on the other hand, she is the one who signed Mingo fraudulent declaration. That is why she is being charged. That is why she's been arrested. Because no politician is supposed to sign Mingo declaration. It's supposed to be Clara Singh. You understand? Not nobody who involved in politics. That is why she is being arrested. If you don't know, ask somebody who know. Find out before you come out here and talk bullshit. And you're talking about Kwame and Mark Phillips and Edgel and all of them. That all you had is black people. Your niece and whatsoever you're talking. So because they are black people, and then them decide not to support criminals, thieves, they mean them is bad black people. Them in supporting them when they do the wrong things, they mean they're bad. That is what you're trying to see. And I'm going to give you a little slang from Mudwater. Something ever surprise you that when you see the holler, whoa, look at this.
Not racial or anything.
Make me have to holler, whoa, you in racial? You stinking mother cunt. You in racial? When you come and attack all this bullshit, racial bullshit, and then try to cover by yourself in the end. But are you in racial? Miss, you are a racial fucking woman. You are a racial woman. When you come out and you are not racial, you come out to speak the truth. Speak what is the truth, what is reality. Don't come out and talk lies and accuse people to defend your own race and saying you are not racial. You are a racial fucking woman.
And these people is be living in unity all the time till election come and then you start dividing them. And some of them is idiots and all. Eh?
You're saying Guyanese people living in unity all the time. And when election come, you come in and divide them. When you say you mean Granger. Because the country started getting divided since the 21st of December 2019. This is when the country started getting divided. Leading up to the election, you got black people pulling down the PPP flags that they had up. You could divide it since then. Now, I can tell you when the country really get divided. On the 3rd of March 2020, when Granger them collect the SOPs and know they lose the election, and then coming out to say they win it. This is when they start dividing the country. This is who was dividing the country. Because they know they lose, but they come out telling the supporters they win. Causing all kind of protesting, cussing. One woman even come out and say if she had a gun and she go into and see if finally she gonna shoot him. This is where the dividing of the country start from the 3rd of March. Right? So you get your facts straight and mention a name next time when you say you start dividing the country. Because I'm sure you mean is Granger. They went to all the court, lose all the case. Up to now, they cannot produce the SOPs what they said they win the election with. They end up in the recount, objecting to all kind of allegations, cannot produce no evidence. Them is who was dividing the country. When the 2 Henry boys get murdered, and Granger went up there and said a respond to a crime is right, and then Harmon telling them that they're going to farm their own security if the government can provide security for them and all kind of bullshit, when nobody know who killed the 2 young men. Right? Them is who dividing the country. When they come out on the road, lighting fire, fetching house, attacking Indian people, destroying the property, destroying the vehicle, robbing them, raping them, beating them, bullying them. Them people who organized those protests is who was dividing the country. You understand, miss? If you didn't know it then, you know it now. So just, and I say I standing up for black people. You have to stand up for black people when they are right. You cannot come out and defend people when they're doing the wrong thing. Right? You cannot come out and defend nobody when they're doing the wrong thing. And then talking about you in racial. If you don't know what you come out and talk about, or if you're willing to come out and speak the truth and the facts about what is going on and what went on, don't come out and say nothing. Don't come out and say nothing, because you're only embarrassing and disgracing yourself. You don't even have to go back to Guyana. If you don't have to go back to Guyana, why the fuck you're commenting about what's going on in Guyana? Let the people who are willing to go back home and develop the country and live in the country deal with the matter in the country. You living over there in America, and you want to go back and live there, but you come talking a set of racial bullshit. Black people, you are not supporting black people, miss. You're supporting your own personal agenda, yourself, the people in the AP and UFC cabal. All is some racial fucking people. This video. See you in the next video. We are gonna try my best to upload videos more frequently. I am very busy at the moment because you ain't getting video as frequent as before. But as my job finish, I can start producing videos more frequently. Okay? Just bear up. Just bear up. Stay safe. Stay away from Rona. Please look out for each other. Buy your protection. Buy your protection. Okay? Stay safe until the next video.